We're men of the people. Oh,
Yeah,
hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to. Is it my turn for the intro?
I think so.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Chris and TJ podcast. My name is TJ. This is my co-host Steve, and we have a special guest, Chris, today. Chris, how
Thank
was
you
your
for having
day?
me.
Yeah,
It
no
was
problem.
it was good. I had math class today, like I usually do on Mondays. I mean Wednesdays. This comes out on Wednesdays.
Do you have it on
Uh,
Wednesdays and Mondays?
I do.
'Cause we're filming on Monday.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you folks at home, you'll realize that once again, not a Saturday. It's the day we set aside for. Have we filmed on a Saturday?
No, we filmed.
No,
Oh, we have the in-person episode was on
Oh,
Saturday.
okay. In-person episode.
Which was the last episode.
You know, it's still good though because it forces us to plan it. Because Saturday comes and we don't film, so we have to be like, "Hey, when do you want to film?" Because we
Right.
missed our filming day.
Yeah. So we
We say that after missing a couple weeks.
two.
Um,
Not that bad. We've missed more.
yeah, we've definitely. Wasn't there one time in middle school or high school when like we we said like we're gonna start doing these bi-weekly and then took like 2 months off before we filmed? Like the next episode was 2 months later.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems like a thing we would do.
TJ, how was your day? I didn't answer
I
my
didn't-
question.
Yeah, you didn't really finish. You had math,
I
like
went to
usually do on
math
Wednesdays and
class.
Mondays.
I have an exam on Wednesday when this comes out.
What's it on?
Unit 2. I don't know.
And what's on unit 2?
We're learning how to do logarithms again.
Oh,
We've done that
I
like
hate
all
logarithms.
semester. We do that like we do that thing where we make them equal, not equal, greater or less, or equal to a zero, whatever that's about. Yeah,
sure.
that's what we do.
I remember the thing that bothered me the most about logarithms is I went through it and I was like, this is so dumb. I can't wait till this class is over and I never have to use it again. And then I went to computer science and it's like super important.
I'll never have to use it again.
Yeah, probably not.
Except
I don't
next
see
year.
why you'd have to use that in. What's your major again?
Marketing.
You want to do accounting? Marketing.
I would rather die than
Yeah,
accounting.
I don't know enough about marketing, but if you're doing
It's just
logarithms, you're probably getting
stats.
paid the big
I'm
bucks.
just gonna be
Oh,
doing
okay.
stats.
Does logarithm come up in stats?
A little
It
bit, I
might.
think.
Nobody cares. Nobody
A little
cares.
bit,
It's
but that's why we have
logarithm.
my teacher doesn't let us use graphing calculators.
Oh, okay.
Everything we do has to be done on a 4-function calculator.
You want to know the secret?
A graphing calculator?
No, whatever your base is, you can just divide by that and count the number of times you divide.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, especially if it's a big number.
He-
And if it doesn't come out even, game
He
over.
doesn't. He makes it so he knows that the numbers won't be big.
Okay.
And also we don't have to like simplify it all the way. We can leave it as a log. It's just
Oh,
a short
well, that's nice.
log.
Okay, so you don't have to like. Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
He gives us like 2 big logs, and we have to make them one
Mhm.
small one.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
Man, there's just so many weird math things like that.
Doing a problem today. I don't remember what it was, but I
Mhm.
was like, "This is the wackiest thing on earth." It was just so weird. We were doing so many things. I was like, "What is this? What? This is just like
I hate the ones-
memorization." We weren't solving anything. We had to know where like things went. Like
That's
nothing was
weird.
being solved. The numbers was just being moved around. I was like, this is wacky.
That's like computer science stuff, just moving the numbers around. Interesting. There's like I swear, how many times have you gotten the question that's like, there's a tree and it's this many feet tall, and it casts a shadow.
I
And
haven't
the
gotten that
shadow's
since
this
middle
long. Where is
school.
the sun? I feel like everyone asks that question.
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
Teacher, how was your day?
it was all right. I mean, I had to wake up super early for
It was super early.
meeting. 7:30.
That's very early.
Medium early. We could. I don't know. I know there's some people that listen to this that wake up at like 5. I'm like, all right.
Your mom.
I don't think she wakes up at 5. Mom, comment when you wake up. Yeah. So I went to the meeting. Meeting went well. I was like, I'm gonna take a nap before class when I get home. Meeting ended at like 9:15. I had class at like 10:30. I was like, I could take a 15-30 minute nap. I got home. I was like, well, I kind of want to shower, so I showered and then got out of the shower and like went into my room and like blinked and it was 2:15. I was like, uh-oh. So I was almost late to class. But I wasn't. I like booked it over there because that's my only mandatory attendance class, so I have to be on time. But I got there on time. That's my music class. We're learning about the Romantic era now.
You know what's surprising? None
what?
of my classes are like mandatory attendance. None of them.
I wish. So I'm kind of torn on it because on the one hand, I'm like, we're adults. Why do we have mandatory attendance? On the other hand, I'm like, mandatory attendance means 15 free points.
Yeah.
like I'll take it. Like, treat me like a baby. Just give me an A. And you can put that on my tombstone. But yeah, after that, I went to my English class. We're starting a new book called Mrs. Dalloway, which apparently is weird. Have you read it?
No.
Okay, so basically the author was like, you know what's dumb? Books aren't like real life. And everyone was like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, real life doesn't have a plot. Like, it's just stuff that happens.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So
I'm the main character.
But she invented a new, or not invented, she started a new kind of writing that was called stream of consciousness writing. I haven't started Mrs. Dalloway yet, but apparently the book like doesn't have a plot or characters. Or well, it has characters, but it's like I don't know.
Mundane things that happen.
I guess that's how the professor kind of described it. I'm kind of not that excited to read it. But I don't know. I only have to read 30 pages. Yeah, what are you reading?
No, I'm just gonna transition into Dune.
Oh,
book.
Good movie. Good movie.
Book. Did you read the book? You read the book, right?
I read the first part of it.
Oh.
And then I started reading Frankenstein for this class, and I was like, I can't handle 2 books. I'm pretty sure though.
Did you make it to the end of part 1 of the movie?
Yeah. It was funny. We were watching with Johnny, and he's reading the book right now. So he was like, I kind of don't want to go with you guys because it'll spoil the movie or spoil the book. But we talked him into it, and we all went in, and apparently Johnny was the only one that knew it was a 2-parter because the rest of us had no idea. And so the movie ends, and I was like, I feel like that didn't really wrap up. I feel like
it's kind of ended weirdly, just out of nowhere.
But, like the bad guys are kind of doing good right now, like what happened? And apparently a sequel is not even confirmed yet.
No, they haven't confirmed the sequel. They're waiting to see how much money this movie makes because it costs a lot of money. Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up.
It just costs a lot of money to make.
Is Dune a box office success? Despite hitting HBO Max simultaneously with its release in traditional movie theaters, box office receipts for Dune Part 1, I guess maybe the title would have clued me in there that it was a 2-parter.
Well, it doesn't say the title until you're watching the movie. Like, it doesn't say Part 1 until you're watching a movie.
And the thing with that is the book, for those of you that have read it, is in, like, the book itself has 3 sections called Book 1, Book 2, Book 3. And so I thought when I saw Part 1, I was like, okay, this is Book 1. Anyway.
No, it's like 1.5.
It's already earned $40 million on its opening weekend.
Yeah,
it's already the most financially successful film in Denis Villeneuve's career.
Yeah, they're making the second one. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Good movie.
He already said the second one's going to be mostly just action, and that he's like, he said he told already most of the story, and that it's going to be a lot more action.
Is that good?
I don't know.
I should have read the book. I mean,
I assume so.
Spoilers. We'll put the spoiler warning here.
Yeah, before that, it's a good movie. Go watch it.
Good movie.
It's on HBO Max, but I recommend seeing it in theaters because it looks cool in theaters. Anyway, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Zendaya's character isn't even like there until the end.
That's what I was saying. They they put her too much into like trailers.
How many? I was watching this again, so I saw it on theaters on Friday, and then I saw it on HBO Max with some friends Sunday night. And Sunday night, I was watching it, and I was asking my friends there, I was like, how many scenes does Zendaya have that aren't in slow motion? Because they were all, like, every shot of her was like...
Just the end.
Yeah, just like the end.
I thought everyone was really good in it.
Here's a question, okay? Because I had... After watching the first movie, after watching the first time, I had one stance on this, and I changed my mind after watching it the second time. Would you switch Jason Momoa and Josh Brolin?
No.
Okay. After the first viewing, I was like, definitely switch them. I was like, it's weird because I sort of wanted Josh Brolin to be like the best fighter, and then
yeah, but Josh Brolin is giving me more like mean vibes.
Yeah, that's what. After the second watch through, I was like, Jason
Momoa's too goofy.
Gurney is really like joking around a lot. I think Gurney is the name of Jason Momoa's character.
No, it's something Idaho.
Duncan, Idaho? There's Duncan and there's Gurney.
Yeah, Duncan, Idaho.
Okay, but yeah, so after watching it, I was like, Jason Momoa's character is more like, what's up, my boy? Gives him a hug and all that stuff. I'm like, okay. that wouldn't work for
The
Josh
main
Brolin.
character has the lamest name compared to everyone
Paul.
else. Paul.
Yeah, that's true.
His name's
It's
just
like,
Paul. I thought they were saying something else halfway through the movie, and I was like, "Oh, they're saying Paul."
yeah, yeah. It is because all the names, there's Lady Jessica, there's Thufir Hawat, there's Duncan Idaho, Gurney Halleck, Leto Atreides, and then Paul. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Did you like all the names? So have you read the book?
No.
Okay, so one thing that my dad and I were talking about, and they have had mini-series, but I haven't seen the mini-series, and I didn't really pay attention when we watched the first movie. So I didn't know how a lot of the words were pronounced. So it was cool watching the movie and seeing that. Like, I remember my dad and I always pronounced the witches, we called them the Bene Gesserit. Bene Gesserit witches. But then watching the movie, they pronounced it in there the Bene Gesserit witches. And there were a few other things like that. Like, we called them the Harkonnens instead of the Harkonnens. I don't know, not major things, but it was cool to see the thing. I think they said the Kwisatz Haderach, which is how we pronounced it. That's such a cool name. Paul has so many names.
Paul is basically Jesus.
Yeah, he's got, so interesting you bring that up. I learned recently about how, like, in the Old Testament of the Bible, there were a bunch of people that were being talked about. Like, I think there was someone called a son of man, and there was someone called, like, the prophet coming, and there was someone called, like, just a bunch of names like that. And I was talking to, like, one of the RUF leaders, and he was saying, like, it wasn't really clear at the time the Old Testament was written that those were all going to be the same person, like that they were all going to be Jesus. Like, for all they knew, it was going to be like 5 or 6 different people that showed up, but it was just Jesus that fulfilled all those prophecies. And so watching this, it's kind of like that too. Like, he's got like a ton of names. Like they called him
many. He's like so important.
Yeah, like when he showed up on Arrakis, like the people were chanting like, "You're the voice from beyond" or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he has that name, and then he's the Kwisatz Haderach, which I think is the Bene Gesserit name for him. And then he's the Duke. He's the Duke now.
Probably gonna be the Emperor.
Probably at some point. I don't know. Plot seems like it might go that way.
Yeah.
He gets another name called, I think he's the Muad'Dib, which I think is like, the name is like, it translates to like leaping mouse or something, and that's why he kept seeing that mouse in the desert.
That makes sense.
And then what's her name? Zendaya called him the Mud-Dye, which is a different name, but I don't know what that one means. I don't know. He's got so many names, and it's so cool. He's big potatoes for sure. And he can like pseudo use the Force.
Yeah.
Which was Dune. The story was like written before Star Wars.
Yeah, like every sci-fi thing is based off of Dune.
Because it's so good.
Yeah, and it has so many of the concepts that everyone ended up using. Like that one episode of SpongeBob with the big worm, that's from Dune.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but if it's from Big Worm, it's probably from Dune. What did you think of the worms?
They were really big.
I thought, man, just give us some worm action. Like, it felt like The Hobbit Part 1, where like they just sort of like teased Smaug. Like, a lot of the movie was like they almost showed you the worm, but not quite.
I mean, they showed it to us.
They did show you the worm. It was like super dark and like you could barely see him. He didn't even do anything cool.
Oh, what's he gonna do?
I don't know. That's good.
All he does is move around.
Play the trumpet. Yeah. He's just
I like
one of my friends last night was joking that the worms all just really want a drummer for their band, and that's why they're attracted to rhythm. I thought there's comedic potential in that joke. They do eat them. They mess up. My favorite scene was the scene when they try to lift the mining thing off and like it breaks.
Yeah.
And so they have to go down and rescue the people. I thought that was so well shot.
Yeah.
But did you have a favorite scene?
I don't know. I don't know. The whole, like when everything was blowing up and like the trees were on fire, I was like, this is great.
So pretty.
This looks amazing.
Like, you could take like any frame from that movie and make it a poster. Like, it's such a beautifully shot movie.
That's the point. That's why you get that director. That's what he did with Blade Runner.
Right, yeah. Which is weird because you'd think that wouldn't happen in a movie that takes place exclusively in like a desert.
Right.
Like, there's just not that much in the desert, but there's just so many. Like you said, when they're like getting bombed, it's like, I don't know, the explosions are just so pretty. And I loved when they dropped the bombs on the ships and the bomb would like have to slowly go through the shield before it blew up. I thought that was a nice
I like when they did that to like I forgot the guy's dad, Paul's dad.
Yeah, Duke with the little mosquito missile or whatever.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so one interesting thing about the book is every chapter in the book starts with a little excerpt from a book within the universe, so a book that like Paul would read.
Mm-hmm.
And it's written by a character named Princess. My dad's gonna make fun of me.
Leia?
Iluron? What's that?
Leia?
No, no, not Princess Leia. But she's a character that comes in later. But essentially, she's writing about things that happen in the story before they happen.
So she's like Paul.
Well, but it's like
I
this
thought-
book you're reading excerpts from was written, but not until after all these events took place. So it's just spoiling it basically. Like I remember reading it, and it says like before you even meet Dr. Yue, it says something like, and then Dr. Yue killed the Duke, and it just like goes past that, and you're like, what? Wait, what's that about? And then like you get to the next chapter, and it introduces Dr. Yue, and then he kills the Duke, and you're like, why'd they just spoil? Right? Yeah, I don't know. Interesting choice. Obviously not in the movie because I don't know why, but it's hard to like do that in a movie.
Yeah, they're like they don't really have the Force. It's very different from the Force.
Yeah, it's
But, like,
less
they're-
movie.
It's more like it's more like Charles Xavier powers.
Yeah,
Professor
yeah,
X. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's overpowered.
You think so?
Yeah.
I liked the scene where like she was gagged,
Yeah.
and so
that
Paul
was
had to do
funny.
it, and she had to like sign, the scarred one is deaf, so that he would know it wouldn't work on him. It is pretty OP though.
Yeah.
Um,
It's very OP.
To the point where there's a lot of scenes where I was like the ending when they meet up with like the
with the people and then just fight to the
The
death. With
Fremen?
that one guy.
yeah,
the
like why
Fremen.
didn't you just use the voice? But I guess someone said that maybe she doesn't want them to know that she has the voice. I don't know. It's interesting stuff.
But wouldn't they know
Uh,
that Paul has the voice? Because like
Did he use it?
he doesn't, but like he's their Jesus. Do not have a problem.
Yeah. Well, once again, that's-
Because the witches come in and like plant that idea, don't they?
Right, but that's that's sort of this thing with the different prophecies. They don't know it's going to be the same person. Like I think the witches aren't even sure that he's the Kwisatz Haderach yet. They just know that he checks the boxes and might end up being it if he survives the desert or whatever.
That man was bred. Kind of sucks.
Who was red?
He was bred like he was just
Oh
made to
yeah,
do that.
yeah. That's another interesting thing about this universe is there's like a line in the film and in the book too where like the head witch or whatever is like you were told to bear only sons or only daughters, no sons. You weren't supposed to have any male children, and it's like, do you choose that?
I guess you
But
just
maybe-
kill them if they're boys.
or maybe you just have witch powers and get to decide that.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I really loved it though. I've seen it twice. I can't wait to see it a third time.
Everyone dies.
Everyone gets toasted. Except what happened to Josh Brolin? What was his last scene?
He got blown up, didn't he?
The last I remember seeing of him, and I was watching for it the second time, the last time I remember seeing of him is he kills those two guys and then he tells everyone to charge. And then he's just not in the movie anymore. So maybe he got blown up off screen or something. We definitely didn't see him die.
Does he die in the book?
I haven't made it that far.
So I guess he could still be alive.
He could still be alive. Because I feel like you give him a death scene, right?
Right. 'Cause
Like
everyone
Jason
else
Momoa got a
death
really
scene.
cool death scene.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. How did he survive that first knife through
Hallway
his body?
scene.
Yeah, Batman,
Who trademarked hallway scenes? Or
Daredevil,
what did you say?
Daredevil.
Oh, I thought you said the devil. Was he the first person with a hallway scene?
I think so. I can't.
And then
Did
it was
Batman
him
have
and-
one before? Like, did Christian Bale have one? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think it was Daredevil. That
The
show
first
came out
one
like
I remember.
2013.
Okay, if that, then that beats out Rogue One because the first one I remember is
It
Darth
wasn't Rogue
Vader.
One. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't that.
So Daredevil had one, Darth Vader had one, Luke Skywalker had one.
I think
now-
Daredevil started it. Batman's getting one.
Yeah. I don't know. They're awesome. Hallway scenes are awesome. Just mowing down a bunch of guys. I don't know. It was cool. One of the things I liked about the movie was like recognizing all the actors and stuff because there were a lot of
There were a lot of famous actors. In
like
there.
even some people that I'm like I had
Like
to
the guy from
squint. I was like,
Thor.
yeah,
the
yeah,
doctor.
and the guy from Ant-Man. I was like,
Yeah,
is that,
yeah. and the Suicide Squad.
Right, and the Suicide Squad.
They're making a sequel to the Suicide Squad.
Are they?
Yes.
Good.
And he says that James Gunn said that the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 set is the biggest set he's ever worked on, and like the Suicide Squad one broke records for being the biggest set, and he said it's bigger than that one.
So has he started filming that?
Yeah. Oh no, he started pre-production for it.
And what comes out first, the holiday special or Guardians 3?
I think Guardians 3 comes before the holiday special.
Okay.
And speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, their new game comes out tomorrow. Well, it came out yesterday to you viewers.
Good, right?
All the reviews are everyone's like, this is a surprise from 2021 because everyone thought that game was gonna be really bad.
Yeah.
And everyone says it's really good because it's not online at all.
Oh, thank God.
So I think that's what makes it good.
Is it like
because the Avengers story game? The story
yeah,
was
the
fine.
story was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
I liked parts of it.
What I didn't like about the story is during the story they started putting in the online stuff.
Yeah.
Like that sort of level they would like put in.
Yeah.
And it wasn't fun. Like I wanted to see the Hulk do the Hulk stuff, not the Hulk do the thing any superhero does because they have to code the game that way.
That only happens at the start. Like you only get that kind of stuff at the start. Even then it's pretty like not that great. Yeah. But this one is meant for every Guardian, only them.
That's cool.
Specifically.
Yeah, I remember when I heard that it was gonna be all the Avengers like teaming up. I was like, that's cool. Like that's exciting. But then like in execution, you kind of have to have overlap there between.
Yeah, like I don't hate the Avengers game.
I couldn't finish it.
I don't think I finished it. Well, I haven't finished any of the DLC because the story never ends. That's what
they keep adding stuff. They just added Wakanda, right?
Yeah. But like I think, like as a game, it's fine. It just gets repetitive. But apparently, this Guardians game is fully story. Like it's a linear story game.
Good. I might check it out then.
I think I think I'm definitely gonna play it.
I'll wait for you to get it and tell me.
I'm getting it.
Because you know how I am about story games.
Yeah, but it's apparently the characters are like the best part too. Like they nailed the.
Yeah, I thought they looked kind of good.
And if you loot too much, they start bullying you.
Really?
Yeah,
that's funny. That's a nice touch.
But yeah.
I'm excited.
And no like microtransactions and stuff because it's not online.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. I heard Disney pushed back all their stuff, right?
Not all of it. Everything past Spider-Man.
Okay, so we still got our stuff this year.
And then what day is it today? Is today still the 25th? It hasn't changed, right?
Today is still the 25th.
Maybe new Spider-Man trailer today.
Real.
Maybe not yet. It would come out at like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Got it.
The last one came out at 8 or 9 o'clock.
I didn't even know we were getting one this time.
Well,
I guess everyone saw the one and they were like, okay.
At first, everyone because I'm on like the Marvel spoiler subreddit, because where I get the news from.
Right.
Everyone said on the 25th, no trailer. I mean, new trailer. And then, like, one of the sources was like, no, it's coming out in November. So then everyone was like, okay, fine, it's coming out in November. Okay. And then throughout last week and like the weekend, they kept dropping like promotional photos, all their merch, like the Spider-Man merch is being sold now, and everyone now was like, okay, there's probably gonna be a trailer today.
Okay, that's exciting.
And if not, it comes out early November.
Yeah, because they want to put it with Eternals, surely.
Yeah.
And that's the 5th.
Yeah.
Are you excited for Eternals?
I'm pretty. They had mixed reviews, but I'm
I saw that.
Pretty excited. But like,
what kind of mixed?
People think it's like weird.
Oh, so they're just cowards?
I think it's just not like the typical Marvel movie.
Not bad.
Because it's an ensemble, but it's not the Avengers. And it's a bigger ensemble than Guardians of the Galaxy. There's like, what, 6 of them?
Depends on who counts. Does Nebula count?
I meant like the Eternals.
Oh, the Eternals.
There's a lot of them.
There's Sprite, Cersei, Ajax, Kingo.
Yeah. There's a lot.
4 others.
So like that's why That's why they're like, oh, it's a little weird because it's not one main character. It's not an origin story. I think it'll be
I will
fine.
reserve judgment.
Yeah, same. I want to see it first. I've read spoilers.
Did you see
Um,
what the universe building is like? Is it good? Do you concur?
yes,
You like it? Okay, good.
I like it.
That's
But
that's like the main reason I'm watching this.
yeah,
Well, obviously,
I
I'm
agree.
watching it because it's a Marvel movie. But
And our buddy Harry Styles is in it.
m- friend of the show,
Friend of the show.
friend of the show. We'll have to get him on, ask him what it was like filming for Marvel.
Yeah.
And he's playing that character you told me about. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. I could see it. That could be fun.
Yeah. And he's
Is that like
he's
in a
the post
flashback?
he's the post credit scene.
Oh, so is he coming back?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because he's one of the Eternals.
Right. Let me think how I think about that.
How I think about that.
Returning character Harry Styles.
I think he's gonna be like one of the Guardians of the Galaxy characters, like one of like the backup ones. I don't think he's gonna be a main character.
Okay.
It's gonna be like a buddy. Or a
'Cause he's
bad
been-
guy, like in the comics.
Dude, if we get like a scene of someone just beating up Harry Styles,
That'd be
fans
pretty
wouldn't
good
like it, but I
content.
would.
That'd be pretty good content.
I would be all for it. That would be funny.
But yeah, a lot of exciting things. Hopefully, by the time this goes up, we would have already seen the Spider-Man trailer if it
Hopefully.
came out.
Hopefully.
And they have to show the Spider-Man in this one.
Do they?
Yeah,
To get hype.
yeah.
So is this the last full trailer before movie comes
This
out?
is the first full trailer. The last one was a teaser.
What? Why? Why? What makes it a teaser?
I don't know what makes
Besides
it a
the
teaser.
YouTube video being titled a teaser.
I don't know what makes it a
What I
teaser, but
think
trailers are
teasers-
3 minutes long, and that one was 2.
I just remember watching, like, there was a teaser for Despicable Me 2, and it was just the Minions singing. Like, that's a teaser.
Yeah,
That's like a, hey, we're making this film.
but they
That's a
don't do
teaser.
that anymore.
A 2-minute trailer about the multiverse exploding because Peter can't keep his mouth shut. That's a trailer. That's a trailer. I'm gonna call it Marvel and tell them to rename their YouTube.
They're bringing up hype. There was an article that came out giving some, like, an official article. It's some spoilers, so if you don't want to hear a little bit of spoilers for Spider-Man, stop listening. But Peter and Ned try to get into MIT and get rejected.
That's awkward.
Because of like Peter's like
Oh,
thing. They're like, you can't come to school because you're like a criminal.
a terrorist.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because they're smart enough.
And that's they revealed that because like the lady, remember the lady that Spider-Man is standing next to in the hallway right before Dr. Octopus attacks him? She's in the car and he like looks away and it's like, hello, Peter.
Oh, okay.
She's the MIT like recruiter.
I will reserve judgment until I see it. Here's what I don't want. I don't want every single extra from Spider-Man other trilogies to be someone.
Oh no. Like she's like in this movie, the one that rejects Ned and Peter. She's just in the car and you see her. She's not from any other movie.
Oh. I thought you meant in original
No.
Doc
In this
Octopus.
one.
Okay, I got you.
In this one.
Okay. Because I know there's a lot of talk about, like, there's some bouncer from the original Spider-Man movies that, like, everyone says was originally gonna be Mysterio.
No, he was. That's confirmed. That's Sam Raimi's
Okay, that's
best friend.
confirmed.
Bruce Campbell. He's from Evil Dead. He's very famous.
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna be in it, but if he's probably gonna be in Doctor Strange, just because he's like Sam Raimi's like James Gunn, who puts his brother in all the movies.
Okay.
Sam
Yeah,
Raimi
that's
does
fine.
that to him. He puts him in all his movies,
That's cool.
so he's just probably gonna be in there.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Mhm.
That'd be interesting. I'm kind of excited.
I'm
And
very
any
excited.
news on Venom?
There was some news on Venom. That was their compromise. Kevin Feige let that slide. He was okay with
Okay,
that.
so
And
he knows that it
confirmed,
happened.
he confirmed that Venom is part of the MCU now.
Is Venom part of No Way Home?
As a post-credit scene, probably, maybe.
Probably. With Harry Styles.
Yeah, it was Harry
They'll team
Styles. But yeah. So
That's
that wasn't just Sony. And apparently, when Kevin Feige first approached them, to like, when like Tom Holland first got casted or whatever,
Yeah.
he was like, "Let me produce this movie" to like Amy Pascal, the president of Sony, and she started crying and threw a water bottle at him
Why?
because she was mad. She didn't want to do that. And
She threw a
also,
water
apparently, when the contract dispute happened,
Mm-hmm.
the thing that like
Our senior
almost
year.
the thing that
Yeah.
almost canceled Spider-Man,
Yeah.
they were like 3/4 way through filming, and Kevin didn't tell anyone.
What do you mean?
Like they were supposed to stop filming,
And
and he didn't tell anyone because he
that's
was
funny.
he
He
was
was like, "We're gonna get this back. We're gonna
yeah.
just keep filming. We're
They
gonna get the
kept
rights
they
back."
kept filming. He didn't tell anyone, which is really
That's funny.
funny.
That is funny.
And
What a
then we didn't
Kevin
hear
move.
about it until after like they finished filming,
Oh, okay.
like when it
That
was
makes
gonna be
sense.
released.
That makes sense. That's
Yeah.
so. There's so much like. Man, I just wish Sony would go bankrupt.
I
Like
think
maybe that's
Sony's a
me.
bad company. I like looked more into like what caused them to fire Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing. They fired him because he didn't show up to one meeting. Like that's remember how Sony got hacked because of the movie
Yeah.
The Interview by North
Yeah.
Korea and they leaked everything. That was in the emails. They fired him because he didn't show up to an interview because he called out sick.
That's maybe. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Sony's weird. I just can't figure out what they're doing. I don't know.
They need to get a grip.
Obviously, Marvel would have the rights to everyone back, and they almost do. Who are they missing besides Spider-Man?
Just Sony. Just like the one Sony owns, which is Spider-Man, Morbius. No one cares about Morbius. I forgot that
No one
movie's coming out.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. We have to watch that movie.
I want to watch that movie. But now, like, we actually have to because Venom is in the MCU, which means Morbius probably is. I don't know.
Wasn't the Vulture in Morbius?
Yeah, man. No
When
one knows.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man is in
Yeah,
Morbius.
maybe is he?
Yeah, the poster is the one that says like "Wanted" or whatever it says is of Sam
Why?
Raimi. I don't remember what it says.
I don't know. No one does. No one watched that trailer.
No, and
I just
it
hate
came out like
vampires.
2 years ago.
I hate vampires. Yeah. Wait, when did that trailer come out?
Into the Spider-Verse 2 got a title.
What's the title? If you tell me Into the Spider-Verse 2, I'm gonna leave the cult.
No, it's Spider-Man Through the Spider-Verse, something like that. People were complaining about it because it's too similar to the first title. I'll look it up.
I mean, they say that as if everyone didn't just go watch the Suicide Squad. But
Yeah.
yeah, so Morbius trailer came out January 13th, 2020. So we're coming up on 2 years.
That's kind of funny.
Have we had a second trailer?
Mm-mm.
Oh, and Jared Leto's Morbius?
It's called Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
And that comes out 2022, doesn't it?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think everything does because everything got pushed back. And now we're all
and-
bottlenecked.
Which means that I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
That's a good movie.
Do you think they'll bring in Tom Holland?
I don't know. They were going to for Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a little cameo, but Sony deal happened.
Okay.
Yeah, while filming.
Right. And now who's playing the new guy? 2099 or 20
The
whatever
guy
it's
from
called?
Dune, the Duke. Oscar Isaac.
Poe Dameron?
Yeah. He was in it. Like that was his voice.
I feel pathetic for not
He
recognizing.
told his machine he was like, hey,
Yeah.
he told
That's pretty
Cortana
cool.
to turn the time machine on or something.
Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, because then they did the pointing, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, the meme!" And now in 20
Yeah.
years, no one's gonna understand that.
Yeah.
Dated or whatever. That's all right.
All right, let's get
All right, should we do
some-
questions?
Yeah, let's get some questions.
All right, questions. We don't have a lot this week, just a few. Claire Jones, shout out to Claire Jones, friend of the show. Claire asks how many shoes we own, like how many
Okay.
pairs of shoes.
I own 4 pairs of Vans and 1 pair of tennis shoes.
I know that I am pathetic. I own 1 pair of Vans, 1 pair of tennis shoes, and then boots.
That's not bad. They do what they
I
do.
just
I just
I
like
fell
different
into-
colors.
okay, yeah. Because I kind of want I always want like 1 pair of tennis shoes so I can like do tennis shoe things, and then 1 pair of not tennis shoes so I can like not always be having tennis shoes.
I just got tennis shoes like a couple months ago.
Yeah. Do you do a
2
lot
months
of
ago. So I can walk.
running or
better.
anything like that? Hiking?
I do, and I would run in my like old Vans because they were so
Okay.
torn apart that like
That makes sense. The
my
tennis
feet-
shoes will help.
yeah.
Yeah. Claire also asks our favorite pencil. And I'm not well equipped to answer that. I will say
You-
number 2,
You know,
non-mechanical.
I like the mechanical one, the one that I have in my backpack. So whatever that one is.
Actually, my real favorite pencil was when I was in 6th grade. I found a pencil on the floor. It was a pen actually, so I'm changing your question. But when you bent it, the rubber would heat up a lot.
This is my favorite pen. I'm holding it to the camera. I took it from my manager at Five Below because they wrote really nice.
Shout out to Five Below.
No.
Are we sponsored? Nope. No shout out to Five Below. That's all the questions I got.
Yeah. Any plans for winter break? That is too far ahead.
Winter break. Shout out to Maya. Always thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Maya, I went to UMW. I went to a Chi Alpha thing over Thanksgiving break or over fall break, but you won't care about winter break. So,
and then any plans for fall break? We are gonna see Matt.
Yeah.
See Butchers.
Shout out to Matt.
Shout out to
Butchers.
Matt Butchers. And then Turn's coming.
Supposedly, allegedly, we need to find a spot for him to sleep. But
yeah, and Evan's coming.
Legendary. I'm resisting, Evan. If you're watching this, I'm resisting the urge to make the joke about who's Evan.
Everyone's gonna be there.
The whole gang, man. We're getting back together. Or
Will's not gonna be there.
Oh, is that? Can you not make it?
No.
That'll be fun. Do we have anything planned? Also, I'm realizing that, I'm definitely not going to be able to do everything because family stuff.
Same.
But okay, as long as we're all
definitely gonna do the cookout. That's gonna happen.
Does Turn know where he's sleeping?
Nope.
Does he know how much money hotels cost?
Yes. No, I don't know. He doesn't want a hotel.
I'm gonna ping him after we're done filming and just tell him you need to have a plan.
I checked hotels in Fredericksburg. The cheapest one is $66 a night. But if he wants to stay for a week, that's still a lot of money.
But he said he's getting a new job when he goes back. So
maybe he can afford it. We'll see.
Maybe. Well, I'll talk to him. See what's up.
And then Halloween. We don't know what's happening. You'll see in a couple weeks. Not in 2 weeks. If something happens, something happens. If not, we'll be back next November.
We stream Back for Blood or something.
Yeah, we can stream Back for Blood for Halloween. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do a bunch of Halloween games. That'll be the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Turn on reading that notification bell, and then you'll know.
Yeah. I think that's all the questions we have.
All right.
And I think that's it for today's show.
Oh, wait. I want to get the audience's opinion. New catchphrase time. So I've been sticking with Party On Soldiers for a long time. New catchphrase now is Stay Cosmic. What do you think?
I don't like it, but
Chris likes it. I don't know. I think it might catch on.
Follow in the comments below if you like Stay Cosmic.
Stay Cosmic with the sunglasses emoji. Stay Cosmic.
And I think that's it. I guess
you
guys should stay cosmic.
You should stay cosmic. Bye.